Hey guys, so I'm doing a tutorial with MSI Afterburner. I've been requested to do this, and I'm going to show you all of the modules and things that MSI Afterburner has to offer. So let's start off with the basics. This is the MSI Combustor button. This is a benchmarking tool that can be used if you have a MSI GPU. It functions exactly the same way that Furmark does. It's a stress tester. Good tool. This is the information button right here. This is the overclocking scanner, and it does an auto overclocking. Don't use it. It sucks. It babies the card. When I use the auto overclocking on this, it only set my GPU to plus 80 megahertz and plus 300 megahertz overclock, which my card is capable of going much higher than that. This is the settings cog right here, and it allows you to change the voltage. It allows you to change your skins and all sorts of stuff. This is the detach button. Let me show you what it does. So you click the detach button, and it gives you a graph of all of your hardware right here. GPU temperature, GPU usage percentage, FB usage, vid usage, bus usage, memory usage, core clock speed, memory clock speed, power percentage, power watts, fan speed, all three of my fans right there. Fan tachometer 2, temperature limit, power limit, and the list goes on and on and on and on. This shows you literally everything that you ever wanted to know about your GPU and CPU. It's a lot. It's a little overwhelming. So, unless you're an expert like me, you're not going to be using that button. Now, let me show you what each one of these mean right here. This is the curve editor, and it opens up this little window right here. The curve editor allows you to set the frequency of your GPU depending on the voltage that it's receiving. Now, for reference, the voltage is locked by default, and you enable the voltage by going on to general on this little check mark right here. Unlock voltage control and unlock voltage monitoring and force constant voltage. You're going to want to check these three boxes right here. Click apply and click OK. Then that'll allow you to go into the curve editor, and it'll unlock this tab right here for the voltage control. Now, you may sound a little afraid to use this because you're like, oh no, am I going to over voltage my card? Not possible unless you hack the card. NVIDIA graphics cards are locked at a maximum voltage of 1.093 volts, which the voltage meter right here is displayed. So what you can do is you can set the core voltage to how many megahertz you want it to clock to, depending on what you have right here. So if I set this for example at 1.093 volts, which should be right here, I can set you like so, where I can tell it to clock to 2043, and it would clock to 2043. Now, when you do this, it changes the core clock value to curve, and it works okay, I guess. I've experimented with it a little bit. You can get higher overclocks by doing this, but the overclock can be a little messed up, and it can become a little unstable if you do this, so I wouldn't recommend it, but you could give it a try if you want. I mean, you're not gonna damage your graphics card by doing any of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the curve right here to that, and you can just disable the curve by just typing in 0 again. Let me disable that right there for you. I mean, the curve, it works okay. I mean, because the way the graphics cards work, they increase the core clock when they receive a higher voltage and the workload is higher. They just automatically regulate it. I mean, you can try to regulate it with the curve, like I said before, but I mean, it works okay. I wouldn't personally recommend it. Okay, let's look at these buttons right here. Core clock. The core clock is how much frequency is the core clock is the frequency that your GPU runs at. This is what's going to spit out the frames. Now, if you want to start by overclocking, you can check out my other tutorial on how to overclock using MSI Afterburner. But let's just leave this at 0 for right now. This is what I have saved right here for my current clocks. It'll be different for yours because it's different for every GPU, and you just got to find this sweet spot for it. What I would recommend doing if you want to begin with a new overclock, take the core voltage, set it to 100%, power limit, set it to its max, temperature limit, make sure to unlink this with the power limit, set it to 85 degrees Celsius, turn on the fan speed to 100%, and click the check mark. And I don't know if you can tell in the background, but my computer just got a lot louder because I just turned the fans on. And this is the save button. It allows you to save all of your clocks. Say I wanted to put this at 100 and I wanted to put this at 400. And put the power limit. Unlink this right here. Core voltage at maximum. Fan speed at maximum. And then I would click the save button. Then I'd put it right here. And then I could swap between my my GPU, core clock speed, and memory clock speed on a whim. Very simple. Let's go through the settings. Oh, by the way, there is a way that you can change the skin on this if you don't like it. There's a bunch of different skins. What you just need to do, just go into the gear on the settings, go to user interface, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of skins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 different skins. Let me, I'm going to scroll through all these. There's the default, big edition, default big edition, default V3, default V3 big edition. There's one that makes it looks like a graphics card. I mean, I'll show you what that one looks like. Pretty cool. It's even got a little animated graphic right there. There's this one right here. If you want to make it look like an AMD card. Pretty cool. There's this. This used to be the default a long time ago. And it has some nice little handy dandy graphs right here for you. And it tells you the megahertz for the core clock, and then the megahertz for the memory clock right here, voltage, temperature, all that nice shebang. This one right here, there's this one, there's this one right here. As you can see, this one is very unique. Has the voltage right here, temperature right here, memory clock, core clock, GPU voltage. Next we have this one, pretty similar to the original skin that it had right here. We have this one right here, pretty similar to what the original skin was. Now there's this one. This one's very unique. It has this little graph right here for the memory clock and the core clock right here, which is pretty cool. And it has a little graphic right here for the fans. This is one of my favorite ones right here. This is the Lightning 10 years of innovation for MSI right here. Memory clock, core clock, voltage, and then it has the temperature gauge right here on the bottom. Here's the one I was using right here. This is the Skin by Durex Design. This is the default one right here that's on their website. As you can see, default one on their website right here. There's this steampunk one right here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's a very simplified version of the other ones I was showing you. There's this one. I used to use this one because this one's actually pretty cool. This is one of my favorites, but it doesn't beat the original. Very cool. It feels like a whole new program when you're doing this. This one's okay. Not a fan. I mean, you got the white version of that one, and that's all of them. Think I'm gonna go back to you know what, let's stick with this one right now. Let's stick with this one right now. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I like the simplified design. Let's see. GPU clock, power element, memory clock. And there you go. That's how you use MSI Afterburner. Pretty simple. I hope that explained everything to you guys, and there you go. Very simple program to use. So, hope you enjoyed this little tutorial that I did, and hope you tune in next time.